Today, Labor confirmed that YouTube will now be included in its social media ban for under 16s, despite the threat of a High Court challenge. Here was Communications Minister Anika Wells.
The evidence cannot be ignored that 4 out of 10 Australian kids report that their most recent harm was on YouTube. And as parents, we are really trying our best when it comes to the internet, but it is like trying to teach your kids to swim in the open ocean with the rips and the sharks compared to at the local council pool. We can't control the ocean, but we can police the sharks.
OK, so it sounds to me like YouTube is now a shark-infested ocean, and Anika Wells is David Hasselhoff in Baywatch, sprinting down the beach in slow motion to save the children. Never mind that parents could just parent. It's far better for government to shut down half the internet and call it swimming lessons. Anyway, despite the ban, children under 16 will still be able to access YouTube, either via a parent's account or in a logged out state. They just won't be able to have their own account. Let's bring in GT Communications Gemma Tognini. Gemma, do you think it's a good idea to include YouTube in this ban?
No, it's dumb, and that's respectfully the dumbest analogy I've heard in a really long time, and I've heard a lot of dumb analogies. Like, she should come to Western Australia. Come to Western Australia, Minister. Have you heard of Western Australia, where children regularly have swimming lessons in the open ocean on the beach? Cottesloe Beach, Leighton Beach, City Beach, Floreat Beach. Imagine that, being taught to swim in the conditions that you're going to spend the rest of your life in. What a novel concept.
And of course, the government says tech companies are going to face heavy penalties if they fail to take reasonable steps to prevent under 16s from having accounts. I'm wanting someone to define reasonable for me.
Well, that is indefinable because it's a completely subjective term. But taking a step back again, the real sting here, or one of the nastiest stings of this piece of legislation, is the privacy issue and the proof of identity and the proof of age issue. Nobody's thought this through. This is just another example of Australia becoming a nanny state, having this big brother attitude. If this is a country where we are divesting our parenting, to the government, she's saying, oh, it's so hard as a parent. Do you know what, Minister? I have friends who simply parented their kids and said, no, you can't have a smartphone till you finish high school. How did they do it? They parented. It's such a novel, old-fashioned concept, but we want the government to do everything. This government, the weakness of this government is becoming malignant, like a cancer. It's spreading into every part of society. It's spreading into every part of foreign policy, domestic policy. This policy here, including YouTube, including these things, it's an overreach. Kids need to learn to navigate the environment that they are going to be living and growing up in. What about dealing with the source? What about dealing with access to pornography? What about dealing with those sorts of things?